Let's start your forecast with a look at the mid-state fair weather tomorrow and Friday. Looking at a couple of 79s for highs, clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, 81 as we head towards Saturday. So another mild day at the mid-state fair. Going to be a little breezy in the afternoon. We're stuck in this pattern at least through probably Friday, starting to see a bit of a change for the weekend and then more of a change as we head toward next week. Highs so far just 60s and 70s. It has been quite mild out there. 69 for Santa Barbara, 66 in Santa Maria. San Ynez topping out today 79, 77 in Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo. A high today of 71 degrees, already cooling off for much of the area. Dropping into the 70s, mid-70s for the interior valleys. Paso Robles at 73, into the 60s and even some 50s for the coast side. Taking a little longer to cool down than it did yesterday, though. We still have a couple of 80s left for California Valley and Cuyama, Isla Vista and Santa Barbara, both at 68 for a current temperature. We've just been stuck in this pattern right here. So you can see that low pressure is still offshore in California, slowly tracking its way to the east. Moisture wrapping around it, not really spreading anything on shore, but it really is keeping heights down and really keeping our temperatures a little bit cooler. In the meantime, we have a big bubble of higher pressure, which is streaming some moisture up into the Four Corners region, and then even farther east, we're seeing big heat waves. So the rest of the nation really struggling with both rain and heat. We, meanwhile, are looking at some mild conditions. Once again, the wind's picking up, though. Paso Robles at 28. So we see these winds every afternoon. That will continue as well. Also, a sundowner condition developing perhaps in the south coast, west side of the San Ynez Range. Could give us some gusty winds later on this evening. Neither of those problems, though, creating any advisories, warnings, watches, anything like that. So while it's breezy, it isn't over the top breezy. This is overnight tonight, moving back in again. We've got some fog and low clouds redeveloping, but not quite as extensively as we have over the past few days. By tomorrow evening, though, we do get quite a bit of cloud cover back in again, and even some drizzles possible along the coast. We've seen that earlier this week, so that is still possible as we head toward the end of this weekend into the weekend. But it does return to more of a normal pattern by the time we get to the beginning of next week. So tomorrow, still cool, 79 in Paso Robles, 68 for Santa Maria and San Luis Obispo, 67 in Lompoc and Santa Barbara, checking out or topping out at about 72 degrees tomorrow. 84 the expected high in San Miguel, 73 for Atascadero, 50s coast side, the beaches maybe 60 in Morro Bay. A little warmer, of course, in the south-facing beaches, areas like Avila Beach and Pismo Beach, a little warmer. 80 for Shandon, 82 in California Valley, 63 in Arroyo Grande tomorrow, 60 in Pismo Beach, Los Osos 61. So quite cool beachside. Really not much of a change. We've been seeing the same pattern just over and over. Looks more like late May, early June. 78 for San Ynez and Solvang, a little warmer though for the San Ynez Valley, and just 67 for a high in Carpinteria. Goleta could get into the 70s tomorrow. So let's check that extended forecast for you. More of the same, but we see some change on the way. So as we get into the beginning of next week, we're going to see warmer temperatures, especially inland. So 70s the next couple of days, 80s as we head into the weekend, then back to more normal as we head into middle of next week, triple digits possible. 60s touching up into the 70s by the weekend, climbing to near 80 for San Luis Obispo by the beginning of next week. And as we look at Santa Maria and Santa Barbara, 60s into the 70s for Santa Maria, and then mid-70s all the way through the weekend for Santa Barbara. So we do have some more weather on the way, but it's going to wait till midweek next week.